Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice. I almost said Trials and Tribulations, that's not true. The truth. Polly, what if I made a mistake? What do you mean? What if it really was me who stabbed Mr. Rios? What makes you say that? Well, in my escape trick, I used both a real sword and a rubber sword. That seems very dangerous. I switched the real sword for the rubber sword just before I stabbed into the coffin. So even if somebody had been in there, the rubber sword shouldn't have hurt them. But Mr. Rios was found dead in the coffin. I know, it just doesn't make any sense. I know I swapped the swords. You absolutely sure? Positive, I practiced the trick 100 times and with no mistakes. I remember very clearly swapping the swords this time too. But could I have made a mistake this time? Mistakes happen. Wouldn't be the first person to die during a magic trick. Could she really have? Though, to be fair, I don't know if they get prison time for it, right? Like, truly accidental deaths, I don't know. It really depends, right? Like, was there negligence involved to be proven? I'd have to look into it. We're not gonna do that right now, though. But get going, huh? Where to? The practice my act! I feel like we had this flashback already. At least it looks very similar to the flashbacks we've already had. Maybe I really did kill Mr. Rios. Trucy, never admit that. Not before the verdict is cast. The worst possible mistake I could make. Such a horrific accident, right in the middle of the show. And yet, all I can think about is, now that this has happened, Troupe Gamma Ray will get its performance rights pulled. There'll never be another show. Everything my family worked so hard for will be gone forever. And poor Mr. Rios had his whole life and a great career ahead of him. That first part, probably shouldn't think about that before the victim. I ruined everything. We can't help but be a little selfish sometimes, but still. I destroyed it all! I took it all away! The guards over there like, Jesus. Polly, I'm ready to pay for what I did. Trucy, I don't think you did anything wrong. You don't? I've had one question going through my mind this whole time. Was this accident really your fault? What do you mean? Also, aren't you still a minor? I mean, they will try people that are minors as adults depending on the crime. I don't know about this one, though. I don't have any proof or anything like that. It's just... Oh, sorry, it's Apollo. Why are you mocking me, Apollo? I don't think you ever make a mistake like that. What? People make mistakes. Do the rubber sword and the real sword weigh the same? Do they have the same hilt so they feel the same? Like, does the rubber blade have a shine on it that makes it look like a real blade? I'm assuming it would for, the illusion, right? So, mistakes like that, they can fucking happen. I never say never. I saw how hard you worked on your tricks. Staying up late every night is to practice. I mean, I'm assuming it's probably one of the characters we've met already. Weird bunny lady or Mr. Rettens, right? Which one of these guys looks like a murderer? Okay, they both look like murderers. I mean, he could have faked his own death, I guess, to really screw over Trucy for some reason. That's commitment, but I mean, there could always be someone else we haven't met yet. Nobody's perfect all the time. That's very true. No one's perfect in general, let alone all the time. I think something else caused Mr. Rios' death, not any mistake of yours. I'm basing that on nothing. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yeah, I remember doing it. And I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but I believe in you, Trucy. I believe in your skill as a professional magician. so I'm gonna prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine! The glass just cracks. Oh, scream too loud. Sniffle! Thank you, Apollo! Thank you for believing in me! I'm going to believe in you too! Good! Can you stop crying? I'm very uncomfortable by it. I'm sorry, I need a tissue sniffle! I've never seen Trucy cry like this before. She always seems so strong. She is currently being held on suspicion of at least manslaughter, right? So, I mean, there's a breaking point for everyone. Being thrown in jail with the potential life sentence, maybe. I wouldn't imagine a life sentence in this case. But potential time being put away, that can break people. Maybe sometimes she's just putting on a brave face. Didn't we already discover that, like, what? The last game, or was it the game before that? She's still just a kid after all. You know, when her dad died? That was Apollo Justice, right? So I have to ask to make it official, but will you let me defend you? Yes! I'm counting on you! I don't want to have to cancel a show on its opening day. Right. Priorities, I guess. Sniffle, she cries all the fucking time. Trucy, let's win this challenge again. Unlike some people. Well, we better get investigating. Come on, Athena, wipe that nose and let's go. Excuse you! Do you see any snots in my face? Yes. Yeesh. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. She's got issues. We'll need to investigate the stage in the Penrose Theater where the body was found. Yeah, I hope no one will try to stop us. If you're in the Penrose Theater, can I ask you a favor? Of course. What is it? I left a very special notebook behind in my dressing room. Sure, we can pick it up for you. That notebook is really, really important to me. I don't know what I'd do if anybody read it. Wow, I wonder what's in it. We're gonna have to read it. The notebook is in my blue handbag on the table. It's big and black, you can't miss it. Thanks in advance. And with that, I gotta go. Seems like they got more questions than me. All right, see you later, Trucy. So, should we investigate the stage first or go get the notebook? Present? Oh, some evidence from the case? Well, too bad. I don't have a single thing to say about it. And you're proud of that. Why? Just a defeated, like, why? Why are you like this? It must be so hard for Trucy. You saw how bravely she held back her tears as they streamed down her face. Maybe you should practice a little on that, bravely holding back your tears thing too. And by maybe, I mean your nose is running again. Enough with the snot shaming! Have you ever heard of the song Into Each Life Some Bookers Must Fall? I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I mean, if you got a nose, you're gonna have snots at some times. Probably should not make it a regular thing though. Let's investigate the Penrose Theater on top, from top to bottom. Talk to every single person involved as well. Wow, you're really fired up. Of course, Trucy's entire future depends on this. The agency's entire financial future too. Is she really the only one bringing in money? The 17-year-old girl who's just finally getting a gig, like a big stream gig? What are we doing with our lawyer fees? Why aren't we charging people actual lawyer fees? Phoenix is gonna have to go back to working in a dive bar, like scamming people. I mean, I guess I didn't actually expect us to be able to go everywhere so far. I thought we were gonna have to come back to the front entrance and then like someone here would be like, you can't go in. The person you're trying to call is not available. Beep. After the tone, please record. Beep. I've tried calling Mr. Wright 100 times, but he never picks up. We've left him so many voicemails, so he'll probably call once he gets them. He's gonna flip out when he hears what happened to Trucy. Hey, this place is the theater where that magical murder happened. Oh yeah, wonder if they brought that dead body out yet. I hear they already arrested the murderer. They say it's a young girl. Yeah, a high school student. Can you believe it? Kids these days. What's with all the curious bystanders? They sure are kicking up a fuss. How dare they call Juicy a murderer? They got some nerve. We can't let people think that about her. We have to defend her. Apollo, is that you? Uh-oh. Emma! Emma? Yeah, it should have been a while. How have you been? Oh, can't complain. I haven't seen you in ages. Emma is not usually in the best of moods. So I never quite know what to do or say around her. Or else she'll start throwing like fucking like what chocolate-covered peanuts at you or something. Well, we have business to take care, so I guess we better get going. Wow, dude. Hey, wait a minute. What? What? Something I said? You're darn right, something you said. What's with you brushing me off like that? We've got heaps to catch up on. After all we've been through. You're not still mad at me about something, are you? Sorry, pouting. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Who's this Apollo? Oh, you guys never met, that's true. A distant cousin or something? No. Emma's a detective I've had the pleasure of working with. Hello, I'm Ema Skye, forensic investigator. What? So you're finally a full-fledged forensic investigator? Oh, it does. You have an armband. Bad? Really? Not badge? No? Okay. Yeah, I finally achieved my lifelong dream. Look, I even got an official forensic investigator armband or something. That's not a badge. You're right, it's an armband. That's great, Emma. I bet the exam was really hard, huh? Oh, it was a cinch. Really? Because I thought you said something about failing it over and over. Well, never mind that. The important thing is, I'm not a plain old detective anymore. I mean, that's still pretty impressive, to be quite honest. So no more boring old investigations from me. I'm so happy I could hug the whole world. Coming from you, that's really something. Criminals beware. Fingerprinting, luminol testing, DNA analysis, Ema Skye is raring to go. So bring it on. Wow, guess it's goodbye grumpy clouds and hello fanatical sun. He's very cheerful, isn't he? Is it because of the weather or something? She sure wasn't like this before. Maybe she's on drugs. She was pretty frustrated back when she was assigned to the criminal affairs department. She was always munching on the chocolate snackos to relieve her stress. Snackos and stress are a thing of the past. I've said goodbye to both of them. I don't believe you. And maybe you never have to see either again. And maybe you never have to see any ever again. By the way, are you two here because of the murder? Murder? Don't you mean accident? Oh, then I guess you haven't heard. The case is being treated as a straight-up homicide now. What? Just so you know, I heard that the prosecution is going to argue that tomorrow. Choose the outright murder mysterious. What? Are you kidding? They're treating it as a murder? Emma, please tell us everything you know. Of course, anything to help Juicy. Alright, cool. You want to see this, this badge? No, where the fuck is present? There we go. Been 2 years since we first met. But you're still just a newbie to me. Hey, that's not fair. I'm not even the newest lawyer in the office anymore. Yep, that's Apollo and me, just two newbies working our way up. Aw, look at you two, the newbie duo. Must be nice, right, Apollo? No comment. Diagram? Oh, are you asking me to test that? Hey, why are you putting it away? I just can't let her cover this in chemical regents. Alright, talk the incident. Why is this case being treated as a homicide now, and not involuntary manslaughter? Well, apparently, there's something that proves it was a straight-up homicide. Well, that's vague. Do you know any of the details? No, I'm afraid that's all I was told. Really? How come? Well, because the lead prosecutor's kind of a hard guy to read. Though maybe it's just a culture gap thing. Anyway, he's not one to really share his thoughts. Wait, what do you mean by culture gap? I mean, he's a foreigner, so his way of going about things is different. So who exactly am I up against tomorrow? Emma. Congrats on finally becoming the forensic investigator you always wanted to be. Thanks. I failed the exam so many times, but I finally did it. I can finally use my forensic kit openly whenever I want. Yeah, you used to have to stealth use that kit, stealth use a kit you sent away for. Oh, I still use that one too. But now it's more of a hobby kit. It's important to have hobbies too, you know. Your work and your hobby is the same, huh? I mean, I guess it's not that far-fetched. So basically nothing's changed. Are you kidding? I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for taking fingerprints for fun now. It's positively life-changing. I can take all the prints I want! Are you sure you're allowed to do that? Sure, I'm sure. I've been collecting all the prints I've taken into a personal database. Now hold out your hand. I need to get your prints too. Just promise me you won't use them for evil. No promises. I can't believe she took my prints too, Apollo. I can. The prosecution. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth has been reorganized the prosecutor's office lately. As part of the effort, he's gotten rid of a lot of corrupt prosecutors. So the prosecutor's office is looking pretty empty these days. And that's how a foreign prosecutor got assigned to this case? Oh shit, is it, what's her face? Franziska? That's her name, right? Whip Lady. That's part of it, yes. We were short on prosecutors and this guy just happened to be visiting. Okay, probably not Franziska. So what's the purpose of his visit? Well, some insurgents from the Kingdom of Crane are thought to be hiding out here. Okay. As an international prosecutor, he apparently came to investigate the matter personally. He's from the Kingdom of Crane? That's right. He's also a Cranus monk. A monk? How do you get assigned to this particular case anyways? Seems he's very devoted to furthering his studies as a prosecutor. He wanted to learn how criminal scenes are investigated here, so he just showed up. So he was just curious, huh? He looked the entire crime scene over quite earnestly, and just as everyone else was ready to call it a case of involuntary manslaughter, this is most certainly a murder, the cruel act of an impure soul. Oh God. That's what he said, just like that. Then he volunteered himself as the prosecutor of the case. With the shortage of prosecutors right now, the prosecutor's office was glad to have him. So Tracy was arrested for murder all because of this guy? I have to say, he's definitely not your typical prosecutor. He says court is where a victim receives their last rites. Where the truth is revealed, the criminal is judged, and the victim's soul sees salvation. Receiving the last rites in court allows the victim to finally rest in peace, or so he claims. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. So, to him, a trial's like performing a funeral rites for the victim, huh? That's certainly a unique way of looking at it. His name is... Oh, Jesus Christ. His name is Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. No, Nayuta Sad Madi? Sad Madi? Nayuta Sad Madi. Okay, let's assume H's are silent. Because fuck H's, what have they ever done for anyone? Nayuta Sadmadi. Nayuta Sadmadi. Yeah, Nayuta Masadi. Saddy. Sadmadi. Sadmadi. Fuck it. Hakuna Matata it is. What? Hakuna Matata? That's right. I'm just gonna call him Nah. What, do you know him or something? Oh, I guess you could say I've heard of him. Yeah, well, he is pretty famous. Really? I've never fucking heard of him. Yeah, they say he travels the world solving difficult cases after difficult case. Where there's a hard case to crack, he's called in to prosecute it. Ah, sounds like he's gonna be tough to beat. Probably not. I can't believe this. I have to stand in court against him? Am I supposed to know him? He seems like a very kind and gentle person, though. He's very polite and understanding to everyone he talks to. Huh, so he's a pretty agreeable guy, then. Yeah, he's bound to see what kind of person Trucy really is. But don't they hate defense attorneys in Crane? Would he even listen to what we have to say? I don't see why not. He certainly seems like the type of person who would. Even so, do you think you could do us a favor, Emma? Could you tell Prosecutor Samadi about Trucy, what a good person she is? Of course! Leave it to me! I'll make him understand there's no way Trucy ever committed a murder. I'll be listening to her. Yeah, me too. This is looking pretty bad, Apollo. They're calling it a murder and they've even got proof. What are we gonna do? Look on the bright side? That's what. Bright side? What bright side? Well, the good thing about there being proof is that it has to point to the real killer. If we find out who that is, it doesn't have to. I mean, the killer could be really good at it and cut all ties. Very unlikely in this game's case, but still. Hey, you're right! Which means our objectives are clear. We have to find two things: proof of Trucy's innocence, and evidence of the true culprit's identity. You know what, Apollo? You're starting to give me a glimmer of hope. That means there's only one thing to do. Emma, would it be alright if we investigate the scene? If I said no, you just do it behind my back anyways, right? Why would I do something like that? Guess the jig is up. Alright, but I better come along. Who knows what sort of mischief you get up to if I'm not there to keep an eye on you. Mischief? Sounds like Emma trusts you about as far as she can throw you. She might be able to throw him pretty far. He hasn't enough to move things around at the scene of the crime, you know. No, I haven't. And what about you? You used to do all kinds of forensic tests on things without permission. I ran out of breath. There's nothing wrong with that. After all, forensics is always on the side of justice. How's that even remotely fair? Alright. So you're 27. So I'm like, what, 26, 27? Because we're like the same age, right? Right, okay. Well, let's move to the dressing room. Oh, apparently that's from Galvin. No. It's Calvin, right? It's not Calvin. It says apparently Ferlin or Ferloin or whatever the shit he used to call her. What the fuck? Is it Gavin? Why can't I remember his name? Right, it's Calvier Gavin. I used to call him Gavin McGraw, right? So, yeah. I don't know why I forgot that. That's worrying. The dressing room looks just the way it did before the incident. All these items look kind of lonely without their owner. We have to find Trucy's notebook for her. Let's see, she said it would be in her blue handbag on the table. Probably that thing right there. I pointed to it like you guys could see that. Brain is working overtime today, apparently. We should see what else we can check out while we're here. AKA snooping. Okay, is anyone feeding these pets? Oh, look at the adorable little bunnies! Rabbits, huh? I used to have a pet rabbit. Really? You? You sure don't like the type. What do you mean? What's wrong with me having a pet rabbit? Aren't people who have rabbits as pets usually the quiet, sensitive types? What? Oh, pardon me for being so loud and insensitive. What is that? Is that a thing people say? It's a dove. Trucy must use it in one of her tricks. Yeah, There's another birdcage next to it. I wonder what's in that one. Cuckoo, cuckoo. What in the world was that? Trucy put some posters up, I see. No, here's one of Troop Gamery. Yeah, that's not what I clicked on, but okay. Looks like a bunch of folks dressed in outfits a bit too gaudy for their age, if you ask me. But isn't that pretty much all the best magicians dress? How the best magicians dress? Was that Athena that said that? Oh yeah, it is. Was Troop Gamery really such a big deal back in the day? I guess so. Everybody in the country knew them back then. They had great tricks. Like making a building disappear or escaping a safe drop from a helicopter. Wow, when I was in Europe at the time, so I had no idea. But if you even know about them, then they must have really, even if you know about them, they must have been really, really famous. I used to see them a lot on TV. I think it was back when I was in junior high. The one in black was the original leader of the Troop Gamery, Trucy's grandfather. His name was Magnifici. Magnifi, there we go. His name was Magnifi Gamery. The one in pink with the mustache, that's Zach Gamery. Zach. Trucy's biological father. Oh, look! There's Mr. Rias! So this poster was from back when he was a member of Troop Gamery, right? No, they just photoshopped him in. Oh, we're not gonna talk about her mother? Or the other guy? No? That's kind of weird. Trucy said he left the troop after he was injured during the show or something like that. Okay. Thing? Look at all the stuff. It must belong to Mr. Rias. Wow, look at all the colors on the briefcase. Do you think he carries around that around with him? Well, during his show, he wears a mask to hide his identity. If he carried that briefcase around when he wasn't working, wouldn't it give him away? Yeah, but he only covers half his face. But you've got to change gears and look at things in a different way at a time like this. Yeah, meaning, well, what if Mr. Rias wore his full costume all the time, even when he wasn't working, just like everyone else in this game? Then the briefcase wouldn't have given him away one bit. Okay. I'm getting pretty good at this turn your thinking around stuff. No. She's like a little kid who learned a new trick and couldn't wait to try it out. Look at all the stuff. I bet it belongs to the bunny assistants we saw in the show. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Does she really need all that? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so much makeup. When it comes to sheer number of items, your desk back at the office isn't any better. Those things are a natural accumulation of 2 years of work, and they're all necessary. Really? Instant noodles and crackers? Of course, I need those for when I have to stay in the office all night preparing for a case. And the comic books too? Oh, of course I need those too. Manga these days are super realistic and informative. Oh, that's reassuring for your clients. I need them for research. Uh-huh, I see. So you need to research street fighting and the funnies, do you? Oh, these are from Prosecutor Gavin. Roses, huh? I'll like him, pretentious. They might be pretentious, but you know what? He makes it work. Huh. Apollo, I've noticed this for a while now, but you get awfully prickly when it comes to Gavin McGraw. You think so? I mean, don't hate him just because he's beautiful. That's not it at all. Huh. Aren't these nine-tail flowers? You know those flowers that only grow in the Nine-Tails Vale? Oh my goodness, you're right! And there's a card here, and a letter to go with it. The card says, "Good luck, Trucy," from Damien and Jinxie Tenma. Mayor Tenma and Jinxie, huh? What does the letter say? Let's see. Oh! There's a message for you in here too. Please tell Mr. Demon Lawyer I said thank you for everything. Thanks to him, I overcame my fear and now I'm not afraid of yokai anymore. And guess what? I've even become friends with yokai like Itaman Momen and Konaki Gigi. Haha! No matter what happens, I guess she'll never grow out of her demon obsession. Hey, these flowers, they're from, Lemire. That's... Lemire? Where have I heard that name before? She's a famous singer. They call her the Siren of the Ballad, and she's pretty popular. Why would a famous singer be sending Trucy flowers? Well, we met her through a case I headed up once. Oh, your circle of acquaintances is bigger than I thought. Lemire, I don't know why, but her songs really touch me for some reason. And she looks exactly like that fucking woman on the poster over there. And she has the same bracelet as me. Oh my god! I hope she's doing well. Look at all these costumes. I bet they're all Trucy's. Oh, could you tell by the scent? Are you like some kind of bloodhound or something? Don't smell... Okay. 1. Don't smell people's clothing without permission. 2. Apollo, definitely do not smell Trucy's clothing without... Ever. Not until you do a blood test. I'm her assistant, not her pet. I guess here? Okay. Bonnie. What's this, a script of the show? It says Bonnie, so it must belong to the bunny assistants we saw on the show. 9:30, Mr. Ria's transform into dragon, Trucy's hat trick. 10:20, Bonnie's teleportation trick, and Trucy's escape trick. 11, Mr. Ria's fire trick. This will be dangerous, make sure the fire bucket is ready. You don't get to see the first two parts up to the end of 10 a.m., but this Mr. Ria's fire trick, we didn't see that part. Yeah, because they canceled the show after the incident, or accident, and there's a note about the fire trick. This will be dangerous, make sure the fire bucket is ready. Come to think of it, when Mr. Ria's turned into a dragon and it breathed fire, didn't it? Coin tricks and fire tricks were Mr. Ria's specialty. One of those seems way more dangerous than the other. Maybe they had a big finale plan, where Mr. Ria's and Trucy would face off in a grand magical showdown after his revival. Okie dokie. That. Oh, here's the handbag Trucy was talking about. I feel a little funny about digging around in a girl's purse. But here we go. I guess it's okay to open it. After all, she did ask us to. But not you, Apollo. Let me do it. Let's see. Huh. No, not this. What's this? Oh, wow. She has... Oh, Trucy, you're so bad. What is it? I want to see, too. Is it drugs? That's funny. She said it was a black notebook, right? Maybe there was something like... But there's nothing like that in here. Maybe Trucy was wrong about where she left it? Let's keep looking around for it. Here? I say we take a look through Mr. Reese's things too. Hey, is that a notebook? Oh, actually, yeah, it is. I didn't even see that. Is that a notebook sticking out from behind the briefcase? Oh, you're right. It's practically screaming over here. Look at me. Yet I did not see it. You think it could be? Oh wow, Athena. Well, our hunch was right. It's Trucy's notebook. What's it doing mixed in with Mr. Reese's stuff? Good question. Do we get to read it now? Huh, it's locked. Guess that means we can't read it. I wonder what kind of secret... We need Maya. She can pick locks, right? What kind of secrets are there to make her want to lock it? A girl her age needs her privacy. Besides, everyone has a secret or two they don't want others to know about. If there's anything in there about kisses or crushes, I think Mr. Wright would cry. Well, we've examined just about everything, I think. Looking through all other people's stuff was so thrilling. Like I'm doing something naughty. I know what you mean. Just don't go poking around in my things at the office. Oh, why? I already have. Also, too, like, what do you have to hide? I don't think I like how her eyes lit up all of a sudden. Anyways, I'm gonna get... See, okay, if I thought for a second, say I was Apollo and I thought, like, Athena did that, I would put something so, like, fucked up in my belongings. Not illegal or anything like that, but something that would probably either super scare her, like a jumping spider, like a fake one that you move it and just jumps out at you, or just like, I don't know, a picture of myself in like doing Power Ranger poses or something. I guess that would just come back to bite me. Not if I was naked in it though. Then I could just make a lot of money. Anyways, poster. It's a shame Troop Gatorade won't ever be as they were back in the heyday. Yeah, most of them are dead. But I have faith, every faith Trucy will restore the troop to its former glory. And then you'll be really busy as Trucy's assistant. Yeah, I guess so. Wait, did you disagree with me? Why did I agree? I guess it means you're finally settling into the role. No, it doesn't. Don't tell her that. Bonnie's script. Oh, some evidence from the case. Not too bad. I don't know. Okay. I mean, it's not really much evidence, right? Probably. A mysterious locked notebook. I wonder if there's anything in there about me in there. Like that one time I ate her pudding. I wonder if she was mad at me for doing that. Don't worry. If there's one thing I know about Trucy is that she's more mature than some people I know. Foot, meat, mouth. Okay. Also, she was pissed about that. Let us go to the stage. That whole time, Emma's just standing like, what are we doing? Did you get the body out from there already? All right, let's get down to investigating, shall we? Just make sure you don't move anything or I'll get in big trouble. Fine, I promise, probably. To only move the things I have to. Well, I have my own investigation to conduct, but let me know if you need anything. Been a while since we've done anything and done any investigating. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. You do remember how to do this, right? If you don't, we can give you a quick rundown. Should I have Athena give me a rundown? Yeah, just because it'll probably be funny. Yeah, I guess I could use a refresher course. Then take a seat, Mr. Justice. Professor Sykes is gonna learn you a thing or two. Oh, brother, what did I get myself into? Do you remember how to go about examining a crime scene? Yeah, we just examined all the dressing room. Let's see. I just placed the cursor over what I want to examine and press A, right? How'd I do? And so that's acceptable? What else do you know about examining? If I recall correctly, you can also take a closer look at certain notable areas of objects. Very good! Now, do you know how to change perspective? The right stick right and left, I think. By changing our perspective, we might even find new evidence. Marvelous, Apollo! Top of the class! You're the only one in the class, so that was gonna happen anyways. I'm proud to have you as such a model student. And thanks to you, Professor Sykes here just remembered how to investigate too. You could have just asked. Alright, oh, the whole thing is... Well, okay. Not the whole thing, but close. Let's examine Emma. Emma, can I ask you a question? Shh! This is the best part! She won't even look at it this way. Oh, what great prints! Another set for my collection! She seems to enjoy her work, doesn't she? Yeah, she's a little weird, but we love her. We have one of those in the office too, don't we? Yeah, that poor magic prop we use as a shelving unit. Kinda like to see Tracy perform this trick sometime. Well, we both know you'd be the one in the box if you ever did. I feel bad for the prop too, but it can stay shelving unit in that case. A castle? Oh hey, this is a curtain. I wonder what's behind it. The backstage area. There's magic equipment and stuff like that back there. I'll open it a crack and check it out later. You weren't thinking about opening that curtain, were you? What? Who, me? No. Silly. Would I ever do such a thing? Rats. Guess I'll have to ask her to open it for me later. This is what they call a set piece. It's a piece of onstage scenery. Something fell down after the body was revealed, if I remember correctly. Just as the brave heroine screams, the spell of the dragon breaks. Losing its wings, the dragon falls onto the ground. That moment marked the collapse of Trucy's Magical Kingdom. Magic, huh? Yeah, sure. Timing was so perfect that I'd be generally surprised if it was magic. Or rigged. Ooh, I've seen something like this before. It's like that game where you stick swords into a barrel until a little man inside pops out. That actually sounds really familiar. That actually... Why do I remember something like that? At first I was going to say something about like the monkeys in the barrel thing where you hook the monkeys. We probably don't make that anymore. I would be surprised. We had some very lame toys back in the day when I was growing up. Compared to like these days, you get little fucking automatic robot dudes fucking pumping around, RC stuff. Even the RC vehicles weren't even that popular back in the day when I was growing up. They were there, some of them were. They were trash though. They didn't last that long and they broke really easily. There were some that were good, of course. What's the best toys that I had? Not like board game. I had some board games, Candyland. Monopoly. I can't remember any of them. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't fucking remember any of them. God damn it. But yeah, as for toys, I had a bunch of wrestling figures growing up because I was really into wrestling when I was a kid. I had some Power Ranger stuff. I had mentioned Power Rangers already. Though I didn't get too many after like the first one because I started, well, growing out of it and growing up into different things. Like we're talking about like original Power Rangers. What other toys did I have? There's like slime things you throw against the wall and they crawl down. Oh, fucking Christ. I just remember like the He-Man ones. I remember the one they were like you push in the legs and it'd pop off. But it was just like 2 pieces of plastic with a spring in it. It doesn't sound like any other game I've ever heard of. It actually does sound like a game I've heard of. Also other stuff too. Huh, it's pretty famous in Europe. Maybe that's where I had it? In England? Did he have anything to play with it? Maybe. One of my earliest memories though is like when we first moved to England, we were gonna watch this this Peter Pan VHS we had. It was like a play. It wasn't like a movie. It was like a play, stage play that was recorded. And yeah, we had our nana who was like, "Hey, we want to watch it together, right?" And even my nana didn't even think about this at the time. But when you move to different countries, like I was 4 or 5 at the time, you can't really plug things in. You need like get adapters. I was 4 or 5, so I didn't know anything about it. My nana was not 4 or 5. She was a grown-ass woman and didn't think about it either. And she plugged that shit in, and as soon like they pressed play, it started going, and all of a sudden it just fucking blew up. like in smoke and sparks coming out of the VHS player, or VCR, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Man. You know, us simple Americans, we're happy with a hoop and a stick. Never had that myself. Alright, cool. So I guess we'll... Oh yeah, that's not how you... This is how you do it. Ooh. Oh, that didn't land? Oh wow, I thought that was like a bigger dragon thing. Alright, cool. Well, you know what? We'll continue investigating next time. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next episode. Have a great day. Bye. Chronos, you just spent like 4 minutes talking about like toys and childhood. I know! You're welcome!